How you doing, man? It's Esso. I am a Christian hip hop artist, originally from Nigeria. Then I moved to London. Now I live in America. I live in Texas, to be exact. And I remember growing up in Nigeria as a kid with my sisters, my family, in our house in Lagos. Just being free, man, being able to worship freely as well, because we grew up in a Christian household. So being able to worship freely, being able to go to church freely without any worry of persecution or anything happening to us as a family. Just really, really fun memories in that time. So right now in the Western world, Christianity can be seen as a joke, because there's no stakes, you know. Anybody can claim to be a Christian. Anybody can say that they're Christian, and there'll be no persecution. There'll be no issues or ramifications that come with that. There'll be no, hey, you have to live a certain lifestyle, or you have to hide in your house.
But that isn't the same everywhere, especially in places like Nigeria.
Like I said earlier, just growing up in Nigeria, there's this divide that I wasn't even aware of. I wasn't aware of the divide until much older in my life, the North and the South. So, like, as a Nigerian, I never ventured outside of the South much, all up until 2014, when I went to Kaduna and I went to Jos and I went to Abuja. So what's happening in the North is Christians are being persecuted for their faith. Their homes are being burnt. Their churches are being burnt. Their animals and their herds are being killed just for the fact that they call themselves Christians. You know, those who are being used by the enemy to come and try to divide the church is happening right now. I've partnered up with Open Doors to firstly raise awareness as a Christian and as a Nigerian, because a lot of those people are my brothers and sisters. To provide food, whether it be to provide aid for those people in those spaces. Not only would we be sending aid to them, we will also ensure that trauma counseling would take place. I can only imagine what it means for a family to be stripped away from everything that they know, everything that they've built, and everything that they wanted to leave for their family. Will you stand today with your brothers and sisters to help them in the face of persecution? Not as people who are running away from persecution because they are in the heat of the moment, but will you stand with them? Will you stand with your family in Nigeria, not as an arbitrary, faraway thought, but will you remember their chains today? Will you help us to send aid? Will you help us to send food? Would you help us to send medical supplies as they are being persecuted? Thank you very much.